Good morning, everyone. Uh, like I've been trying to do here as of late, I've been trying to give my audience, uh, what very little audience I do have, I try to give them a little bit of information each day. I try to follow the news programs. I try to dig deeper into the news programs. And all I derive from this election is a memorandum on how Republicans are adjusting themselves to the facts, the numbers that migrants, every single one of us besides the Indians, is growing. The number is growing. They may feel as if their number is diminishing, but the truth is that they're not in any way, shape, form, or fashion in the least bit the minority. Obviously, however, the day may come when they are. So we have to be mindful of what's going on in today's society. And one of the things that I am mindful of is that racism still exists. One thing I am mindful of is that our elected officials mistreat their wives, okay? And when I say mistreat their wives, I'm talking about infidelities. I'm talking about the abuses. If you think about it, the Republican, I'd have to say males in this case, the Republican males are losing sight of the fact that they were born into this world by a woman, raised by a woman, and ultimately, for some of them, married a woman. So the fact that they choose to still hold on to their belief or their religion of political capacity to be a Republican and side with a nominee that they nominated, that it's okay to disrespect women in such a fashion, only speaks really to their character and their integrity and their intellect, and it's a shame. However, even though it is what it is, and all has come, to pass, let's talk about a solution. Let's talk about the solutions that need to be brought up, that need to be conjured up, that already exist, that the party of no feels necessary to continue on with the rhetoric that they seem to use. We have to, as a solution, become a party of yes. Yes, we'll do this. Yes, we'll do that. We'll consider this. We'll consider that. We'll work with you on this. We'll work with you on that. It's the only way to reverse the trend that has been set in place since 2000. You really, really want to get to the nuts and bolts of it. Realizing that the country was on $1 trillion plus surplus I don't know, corrupted them. Maybe they was already corrupt and just, you know, it just got too easy to be too greedy at America's expense, at the taxpayers' expense. So with that knowledge, they have to become the party of yes. Hey, we're gonna work together. We're gonna we're gonna help the American people become a better people, a wholer people. We're gonna, rein in trade. We're gonna rein in gun lobby. We're gonna rein in Wall Street. We're gonna rein in the banks. You have to. If you want to become as strong as you once were, and even stronger, you have to take on that line, that approach to your constituents. You can no longer be the party of no, or, abortion is bad, or any of those things. America doesn't trend in the old fashion in which it did. We have younger, middle age Americans that is the future of this country. Their offspring and their offspring is the future of this country. And I believe that the elders of this country is more worried about their passing on the torch and America not being what they thought it ought to be. Well, that's just it about growing older and evolution. Things has to change. That's why it's evolution. You know, this is the truth. So, if the Republican Party chooses to go down this continuous path, yeah, you might get, 20%, 30%, maybe even 40% of Americans seeing it your way. But the other 60%, they're not going to see it your way because they're not going to see your views being done the way that coincides with their life. So, change is necessary. Now, you have to change your thought pattern. You have to, change the way you speak to people. You have to draw everybody in and can't be inclusive anymore. It's just not going to work. The rich and powerful won't be taken over by the vote, or the rich and powerful won't, outlast the vote. The vote of the American people will always dictate policy. Now that the American people are more aware that policy is driven by money, and if the policy is driven by money, then ultimately you have to get the people out that is enjoying all the money. I mean, that's just the way it's got to be. So, if you don't consider raising the minimum wage, if you don't consider health care for all, if you don't consider, the things that the American people want, then you'll be the party of the minority. And that is the truth of the matter. Face that fact and understand that fact and work to change that fact. And you shall succeed in being empowered someday once again. Until then, not so much. With that being said, I'm G Worthy, and I'm always going to bring it to the people. Stay safe, stay strong, stay solid. I'm out.